Hello, everyone. Welcome back to yet another episode on Sunrise Podcast. It's season 3, episode 4. We are going through the points table as of April 4th. And in this episode, we are going to talk about the last three team on the points table. It's CSK, RR, and SRH. We'll start with CSK. I have co-host Abhi here. Hi, Abhi.
Hey, Deva,
All
one more
right. So
episode. Let's go.
yeah, I'm excited. So we'll start with CSK. Considering these three teams are on the bottom of the table, I don't think you would have a lot to say about what has worked for them, but still, we'll start. What has worked for CSK?
I think CSK, two things. I think their top order with Rachin is looking good. Ruturaj also fired here and there, but it's not been consistent enough. And with their bowling, I think Noor Ahmad has been phenomenal.
Mhm.
Um, those are the things that work for them so far.
All right. So, what hasn't worked for them? Maybe long list, but if you could pick
No,
up
I
few.
mean, I think with a team like CSK, they have a clear idea, they have a clear idea about their plans, strategies, and their playing 11. I think
Mhm.
what really hasn't worked for them, there's no finger pointing here, but as a whole, it feels like they're lacking some of the planning and strategy that they used to come up with in all these previous years.
Mhm.
Um, uh, Even in the previous few years, when you look at their team on paper, it's not filled with superstars or it's not a big name team, but they always, seem to punch above their weight just purely because of the strategies and plans they come up with. I think this season they are lacking that, and that's why I think they are struggling a little bit.
Yeah, I think somehow they find one or two people on paper may not have done well, but somehow they just do well in yellow colors, and
Yeah,
like that they have three people in this year. None of them clicked so far, so hopefully one of
yeah.
them clicked soon. All right, so we'll jump on to three names, right? So best
Yes.
batter so far.
Best batter Rachin Ravindra, in my opinion.
Okay,
Um,
yeah,
he's
he
looked
did.
really solid at the top of the order.
Mhm.
Um, and I think he has a very high ceiling, in my opinion. He has the ceiling to become one of the best players in the world all time.
Mhm.
And I think if he just continues this, it'll be great sign for CSK.
Yeah, he's probably part of next Fab Four or something. So
Mhm.
best bowler so far,
Noor Ahmad,
of course. Yeah,
he
purple
has
cap
the
holder.
purple
Yeah.
cap holder. Really hard to look away from him. There were talks about, oh, did they spend too much money for him? I don't think so. He's, w- he, in my opinion, he also has such a high ceiling. He has the ceiling to become one of the best bowlers in the world, especially in the white ball format.
Mhm.
And I think the investment is really worth it.
Fair point. As a purple cap holder for sure. So final question is uncapped best uncapped player for CSK.
Best uncapped player.
Do they have?
When I say Dhoni, will it be a problem?
Probably. Uh, so I don't think they have any other uncapped player, do they? Because everyone have at least played one or two games here and there for Team
Yeah, I
India.
mean, I think, yeah, I mean, if you're going by the technicality, yeah, it has to be Mahendra Singh Dhoni,
Mhm.
because he's looking. I mean, yes, I know he has not came and batted and everything, but still having him, come that lower down the order with him, still, hitting those big hits, it's a really luxury for them.
Yeah, I also heard some rumor, or I don't know how true it is, that Rutraj is injured. Probably tomorrow's game, Dhoni might be the captain for the game. So I don't know whether it's a good thing or bad thing. Probably bad thing for the batting order, good thing for the captaincy side, I guess.
Yeah, and
We'll with that we'll jump on to the next team, Rajasthan Royals.
all right.
All right, so they are on the ninth place, won one game. What has worked for them so far?
For Rajasthan, I think their batting is pretty good. I think in all the three games, they've batted fairly reasonably well. They scored a 240 in the first game
Yeah.
and scored 180 in the third game. Again, it is a batting order that fires collectively, not one person. Um, so it's a good sign for them when when three or four of your batters are in good form. It's a good sign.
100%. Yeah. Right. What has not worked for them?
I think their bowling still looks a little bit on the weaker side for me. I think especially the ability to strike in different phases of the game uh, has been really important. In in this tournament, especially if a team has good power play bowling like Mumbai Indians, it's not enough. You need someone to keep picking wickets in all the phases of the game, and
Mhm.
I feel Rajasthan's bowling lacks that one kind of X factor. Maybe when they had Chahal or someone, uh,
Yeah, they
it's
also
kind of
had Bolt on
missing.
the top before, and then
Yeah,
Chahal and
Bolt on the
Ashwin in the
top.
middle, so they're
Um,
missing all of them now.
yeah, so their ability to strike throughout the phases has been kind of missing. So
Fair.
yeah, I think their bowling attack is kind of suspect.
Right. So let's move on to three names. Their best batter so far.
Ah, best batter. Okay. I think in my mind I have to say Dhruv Jurel,
Hmm.
because probably nobody expected him to play like that.
Yeah.
Um, uh, and he kind of went under the radar as well. He's a pretty, I think he in 2 games he gave really good contributions. Unfortunately, they lost both the games, so the contribution has not been talked about so much.
Hmm.
Uh, but then again, like I said, it's a batting unit that is firing in bits and pieces. Riyan Parag is playing little well. Nitish Rana had a big innings. Sanju Samson had a 50. So yeah, that in my mind, it's a collective uh, batting effort.
I really loved the catch that he took. Riyan Parag catch took
Yeah,
for Shivam Dubey. It was
yeah,
exceptional catch, and their fielding was really good. Fielding has been really good for them. That has to be their plus point. Sorry, I'm just going off
yeah.
track. So
No,
best
no.
bowler so far,
I would say from what I watched, Wanindu Hasaranga.
for sure.
Uh,
Yeah.
because his ability to pick up wickets. I know, I think he bowls 4 overs. He might go for 40 runs, but he gives you 4 wickets. I think they missed a trick by not playing him in the first game.
Hmm.
Um, but I think he's a really threatening bowler who's a wicket taker,
Yeah.
which is what they missed in the first 2 games. But then as he was back, he picked up wickets in all the phases of the game, and that kind of made them in their game.
Yeah, and here and there, even though he was going for runs, he was still able to trouble the batsmen and beat them in the air, or
Yeah,
that's putting doubts in their head, which is also helping the others pick up the wicket as well. So their
yeah.
best uncapped player,
Ah, um, Nitish Rana, uh, in
right?
my opinion, I think to have someone like that with a lot of experience, he might be uncapped, but he has a lot of IPL experience. Coming in at
Hmm.
number 3 is very luxurious.
I thought he played for like some Zimbabwe series or something. Maybe it was India A series. I'm confusing with, but
Maybe.
yeah, either way, he haven't played significantly. So yeah, I that's a really good name.
Yeah,
Um, Pretty sure KKR might miss him the way that they are struggling.
for sure.
Right. So with that, we'll jump on to the team that's holding the wooden spoon, last year finalist, SRH. On paper, one of the strongest team, fearful team. People were expecting them to beat 300s in every game this season, and unfortunately, they are on bottom of the table. So, what has worked for them so far?
Nobody kind of expected that, didn't they? I think what has worked for them, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, they only have won one game, lost three
Yeah.
games, but
I mean, yes. I mean, their batting has been good. It's not that it's failing.
Mhm.
Um, I think their lower order batting, especially. If you look at that lower order batting, it's pretty good. Klassen, Aniket Parma, Abhinav Manohar, that's coming good.
Yeah.
But the issue is their top order is putting a little bit of pressure on them,
Mhm.
which is why they're not able to execute as much as they would want. Um, but yeah, their strength has been their lower order batting, middle and lower order batting.
All right. So I think I will give you more options to talk about when I ask what hasn't worked for them.
I mean, what hasn't worked for them, their bowling looks really kind of thin at the moment.
Hmm.
Uh, they have two really world class names in Shami and Pat Cummins,
Yeah.
but both of them have been surprisingly off color. So when you have people like one of the world's top bowlers in Shami and Pat Cummins, and both of them are not firing at the same time, then you have a problem that puts a lot of pressure on someone like a Simarjeet Singh or a Harshal Patel, who is not
Yes.
who doesn't have much of international experience. Their bowling has, their bowling issues are so deep that they had to even turn to Ishan Kishan to bowl one over in one of the games.
Hmm.
So yeah, their bowling has been really problematic. Yes, their batting. I mean, they're going. They're really consistent with their approach. They are going to go and smack every ball that they can as possible. It may work. It may not work. The day it works, they will probably score 300. Uh, so you cannot blame that approach
Yeah.
because that's the way they want to play. And if they change now, then all of the transformation that they have done so far means nothing. But
Uh,
you have to have a bowling attack that can back your batting. If your batting does not fire one day, you have to have a bowling attack that can cover up for it. And I don't think Sunrisers have it.
I think they might have spent way too much on their batting. They may not have had enough to spare for the bowling. But as you
True.
said, they still have two top bowlers. Once they start giving good overs, if Shami starts well and start picking wickets in the power play, then they might look much more stronger team. So with that, we'll move on to the three players. One, their best batter.
I think we can club the best batter and the uncapped player. It has to be Aniket Verma.
Okay.
He has been some kind of a find for them. Of course, I think he failed only in the game against uh, Kolkata Knight Riders, both against LSG and against Delhi when he was given the opportunity. He
Hmm.
proved what dangerous batsman he can be.
Hmm.
Um, uh, with someone, probably I think he's playing his first IPL season to show such six hitting ability.
Yeah.
Uh, Other aspects of the game, set apart to show that six hitting ability is phenomenal. I think he's the best batsman and their best uncapped player so far.
All right. So their best bowler might be difficult to pick, but yeah.
That's a that's a tough one. Let's see. I don't know. Maybe Harshal Patel. I have to go. Maybe Harshal Patel.
Yeah. Fair. Yeah.
Because I mean, Zishan Alsari was someone also uncapped player. They just played him for a game or so. He's bowled only in two games so far. Not enough sample space to judge him. But throughout the four games, Harshal Patel has been expensive, but at least he's picking one or two wickets here and there. Uh, Especially given his quality. Yes, Sami and Cummins are also picking wickets, but we expect more from them. So they've not lived up to the expectation.
And yeah, I think Harshal Patel has been their best bowler anyway for this so far. Um, all right. So thank you, Abhi. Thank you everyone for joining us in this episode. That wraps up this third episode for this week. We'll see you guys soon on our special episode for Team KKR with a special fan in
Yeah.
a couple of days. Thank you.